Rattlers versus the Valley View Tigers. And the first pitch from number 12, Quique Cienfuegos, is going to be a strike and a swing and a miss. So it's going to be strike number 1, 0-1 count early for the batter for Valley View High School. It's going to be Alonso de Leon. Now an 0-2 count. And that's going to be the first strikeout of the night. De Leon's going to head back to the dugout as I win.
For the Tigers,
Aaron Garcia, now at the plate number 55, facing off against Quique Cienfuegos. Valley View looking for their first win of the season. As for Sharyland Rattlers, they're already 9-1, I believe. Able to play in a couple tournaments, as that pitch right there was a strike. So now one's across the board, 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out for Garcia. And the umpire's going to give that ball to Garcia, so it's going to be a 2-1 count now. That's going to be strike number 2, 2-2 count for Garcia. And Cienfuegos with the advantage here. And that's going to be strike number 3. Umpire's going to signal him out. So out number 2. As the new pitch, or the new batter, heads to the plate number 5, Eduardo Guerrero. And on deck is going to be number 20, Adrian Garcia. It's going to be strike number 1. Looked a little low, but it fit perfectly in the catcher's mitt. So a 0-1 count early for Guerrero. And he's going to hit that one off straight towards center field as a right field and center field run after it. And that's going to be out number 3, caught by the center fieldman. Excuse the right fieldman. And we're going to head to the bottom of the first. And that inning, or that at-bat for the Valley View, did not last too long. We'll be right back. I'm Brandon Guzman with Real Sports Live.
In San Benito is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever memories, antiques and collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we...
Ladies and gentlemen.
And we are back here, bottom of the first here, ladies and gentlemen. And as both teams are warming up, or as Valley View is warming up on defense, warming up is going to be number 5, first at bat for the Sharyland Rattlers. Saul Soto. As you see him talking with his coach there, going over it. On deck is going to be number 18, Diego Diaz. And we'll be right back once he is headed to the plate.
And we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or hot.
For Sharyland, it is going to be number 5, Saul Soto. And I believe that is number 18, the pitcher. Yeah, indeed it is. It's going to be
Sharyland Rattlers, Diego Diaz.
Gael Garcia pitching for Valley View Tigers. And he's going to hit Soto right in the leg. So he's going to walk straight to first easily. So now pitching for the Rattlers is going to be number 18, Diego Diaz, in the bunting position. And that's going to be ball number 1 as we're in the bottom of the first. And a runner on first as well for Sharyland. Once again, Diaz in the bunting position, almost getting smacked right on the side of the head. So now a 2-0 count early for Diaz, as he's still working with 0 outs and a runner on first. And that's going to be way off the mark for ball number 3. So now we're stuck here in a 3-0 count. Now waiting to see if Garcia will advance a runner to first. And the runner he already hit on first to second. Bunting position once again. And that's going to be ball number 4. So up next to bat is going to be Jose Garcia for the Rattlers.
Garcia.
Jose Garcia now at bat number 2, bunting position. And that's going to be strike number 1, not able to get the ball. His other teammates were able to receive. So now Garcia working with a runner on first and second. And awaiting the pitch from Garcia. And falling into the dirt, that's going to be ball number 1. So now a 1-1 count. Gonna be strike number 2, 1-2 count. And Garcia, the pitcher, has the upper hand over Garcia, the batter. We'll look to see if he can close it out here and get Sharyland their first out of the night here, bottom of the first. And he does not. That's going to be far right. So it's going to be ball number 2. And Jose Garcia still at the plate, awaiting for his definition of a perfect pitch. he's going to hit that off straight to the shortstop. And that's going to be one out, hoping for the double play, and he is not going to get it, as the umpire is going to call him safe.
Now batting for your Rattlers, Cole Gerlach.
Now batting for the Rattlers is going to be number 11, Cole Gerlach, as he is working with one out, a runner on second and a runner running in, and they're going to allow him to run in for the easy score. That's going to be number 5, Saul Soto, first run of the night, and I wouldn't say an RBI for Gerlach, but a stolen base. So now the runner on first advanced to second. So now all Gerlach is working with is a runner on second and one out. And one strike. And that's falling into the dirt. Runner from second is going to advance to third. And he is going to stay there. So a runner on third now for Gerlach. And a 1-1 count. He's going to hit that off straight towards the stands. I know y'all heard that one. So that's going to be a foul ball on strike number 2. So now a 1-2 count for Gerlach. Still at the plate for the Sharyland Rattlers. And now he's going to fall short into the dirt. So ball number 2. So now a 2-2 count for Gerlach. And that's going to be out number 2 as a runner tried stealing home base and then to be unsuccessful. So now Gerlach with a 2-2 count and 2 outs. So if Garcia is able to have the perfect pitch here straight to the catcher's mitt, that's going to be taking us to the top of the second. He does not. That's going to be low to the ground. Now a 3-2 count. Anybody's battle to win here between Garcia and Gerlach. And that's going to be strike number 3. And we are going to be heading to the top of the second here with Real Sports Live. We'll be right back. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Sharyland Rattlers up 1-0 over the Valley View Tigers. I'm Brandon Guzman with Real Sports Live.
Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Here at Arkham Comics, we specialize in vintage comics, figurines, collectible cards, posters, DC, Marvel, Image, Top Cow, Dark Horse, and anything that really caters to comics.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Oh!
Come visit our new store in downtown.
So now back here, top of the second, and Valley View is back at the plate. Now batting for Valley View is going to be number 20, Adrian Garcia, as he's going to foul that one out. So it's going to be an 0-1 count early for Garcia. Pitching up against number 12, Quique Cienfuegos. A high ball right there. Catcher even had to stand up. A 1-1 count for Garcia at the plate for the Valley View Tigers. And that's going to fall into the catcher's mitt for strike number 2. So Garcia down. We'll see if Cienfuegos can close it out and send him back to the dugout and bring on number 9, who's on deck, Brando Hinojosa. And he does just that. So that's going to be out number 1 for the Tigers. And Hinojosa will be heading to the plate to bat next for Valley View.
Now batting for the Tigers, Brandon Hinojosa.
First pitch towards Hinojosa is going to be a strike. And he's going to get a hit off right there, straight to the catcher, bobbling it. Hits it a first, and that's going to be out number 2 for Valley View. And now heading to the plate is going to be number 10, Julian Cantu for the Tigers. Cienfuegos pitching for the Rattlers. Strike number 1 for Hinojosa. And he's going to get a hit off right there as they're just going to pitch it back to the pitcher. And a little pitch and catch. And that's going to be out number 3. And a quick top of the second. We'll be heading to the bottom of the second. Right after this commercial break, I'm Brandon Guzman with Real Sports Live.
Appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen. Visit RGV Hometown Pharmacy and Natalie's Gifts and more. We are dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and patient care. See us today to experience the RGV Hometown Pharmacy difference. Let our family take care of yours. Call 956-496-2093.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Oh!
Now we are back here, bottom of the second. Sharyland Rattlers at the plate once again. up 1-0, able to get one score off in the last inning, or their last at bat. Leading off here is going to be number 34, Golpe Alcala. That first pitch is going to fall into the dirt for ball number 1. Waiting the second pitch is going to be ball number 2 now. Falling just out of the range of Alcala. Straight into the catcher's mitt. Strike number 1. So now a 2-1 count. Alcala with the slight advantage over Garcia. Pitcher for the Valley View Tigers. And strike number 2, now a 2-2 count. One more strike from Garcia, and he can send Alcala back to the dugout and bring on number 7, Jesus Alacron. And he's going to hit that one off straight to left field. And that's going to be out of the ballpark. Home run for the Sharyland Rattlers. Some may call it a whammy. So home run right there for
Now batting for your Rattlers, Jesus Alarcon.
home run there for Cope Alcala. So now Jesus Alacron is now up to bat for the Rattlers next. Hoping to get his piece of the pie as the count resets. Still 0 outs here for the Rattlers, leading 2-0. That's going to be strike number 1, so a 1-1 count. And no runners on a base for the Rattlers. Low and right on that pitch. Ball number 2, 2-1 count now for Jesus. And he's going to hit that one off, but it's going to be fouled. That's going to be strike number 2, a 2-2 count. As Garcia was stuck in this situation with the last person at bat, and he hit it out the park for a home run. We'll see if Alarcon can answer the same way his teammate did to Garcia. And it's going to be out the park for sure, but not the way he wanted it. Back out past the press box. I see that was a foul ball, still a 2-2 count. And that one's falling in the dirt. Ball number 3. So now anybody's battle here to win. And a swing and a miss, and that's going to be out number 1 for the Rattlers.
Diego Zuniga.
Up next to bat is going to be Diego Zuniga for Sharyland. So Zuniga working with 1 out, no runners on a base. As that first pitch is going to be straight into the catcher's mitt for strike number 1. 0-1 count now for number 21, Diego Zuniga. And they're once again. So a 1-1 count now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Ones across the board. That's going to be ball number 2. So a 2-1 count for Zuniga. Strike number 2, 2-2 count. Garcia with the upper hand, trying to get his second out here against Zuniga in this inning. And he's going to hit that out straight to the first baseman. And that's going to be out number 2. Now walking to the base is going to be number 3, Jose Acosta. Jose Acosta now at the plate for the Rattlers, working with 2 outs. And a clean count. Now that's going to be ball number 1. 1-0 count now for Acosta. Hoping not to be the 3rd out of this inning for his Rattlers. And he's going to try and bunt that off, but the official's going to call it a foul ball, or excuse me, the umpire. That's going to be strike number 1. Umpire went for a little walk, and now he's back behind the plate. So 1-1 count for Acosta. Able to get that one off, but it's going to be foul ball number 2 and strike number 2. So Garcia able to hit that off straight to the shortstop, catching it, sending it out to first and missing that as Acosta tries in round 2nd, and he will and be successful at it. And now stepping to the plate next is going to be Quique Cienfuegos for the Rattlers. So Quique Cienfuegos, the pitcher for the Rattlers, is going to be up next at bat with a runner on 2nd and still 2 outs. First pitch by Garcia was a ball falling low into the dirt. And the second pitch is going to be a strike, so a 1-1 count for Cienfuegos. and the Rattlers. A swing and a miss. It's going to be a foul ball. So now a 1-2 count with 2 outs. And there goes the umpire back to the plate to try and figure out what kind of ball Garcia wants to throw with. Able to hit that off straight to second as Acosta rounds first. And he's not going to be safe. That's going to be out number 3 as we head to the top of the 3rd. Right here in just a little bit as both teams warm up. We'll be right back. I'm Brandon Guzman with the Real Sports Live.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
A piece of cake by...
And we're back. Real Sports Live, top of the 3rd. It's going to be number 17 for Valley View Tigers, Sebastian de Hoyos. And that first pitch is going to be a strike. Still pitching for the Rattlers is going to be Quique Cienfuegos. And that's going to be strike number 2. On deck to bat for the Tigers is going to be Danny Gomez. So an 0-2 count early for De Hoyos. And that's to get a hit off. Second baseman racing for it and an error as De Hoyos is able to get to first base. So now the Tigers have a runner on first. And the count resets for Danny Gomez to get to the plate. So we'll look to see what number 6 Danny Gomez can do here for his Valley View Tigers as they are down 2-0 to the Sharyland Rattlers. And they're going to try and throw out the first baseman. Not the first baseman, the runner at first. Unsuccessful. Still a clean count for Gomez. And he's going to bunt that off right behind the press box, hitting the railroad tracks for strike number 1. throw out the run at first again, unsuccessful, as Gomez is back with a 0-1 count. We're still at the plate with an 0-1 count. And Cienfuegos is hoping to get that runner at first out. Hasn't been successful on his third attempt as he tries to shift his focus back to Gomez. Getting a bunt off there, and that's going to be out number 1 for the Tigers. So a clean slate.
Now batting for the Tigers, Gael Garcia.
And now Gael Garcia, number 18, the pitcher, will be headed to the plate to bat against Cienfuegos. And after this, the lineup will reset back to Alonso de Leon, who is on deck for the Tigers. And that's going to be strike number 1. So starting 0-1. One count for Garcia and a runner on second and 1 out for the Valley View Tigers. And trying to get second out. He is going to fake the pitch. And that's going to make the second baseman advance to third, but the pitcher's going to keep it in his glove and get him out himself. So now that's going to be out number 2. And no runners on any bases for the Tigers. And now it's all up to Gael Garcia to try and get his Tigers back into this ball game and let the lineup reset. And that's going to be ball number 1, low into the dirt. So now 1-2 count. And a swing and a miss, and the third strike is going to do it. And 3 outs, and we're headed to the bottom of the third now here in Sharyland, Texas. And the Sharyland Rattlers will be up next to bat after this commercial break here with Real Sports Live.
For cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? Add a piece of cake by Ibarra's, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is a piece of cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Here at Arkham Comics, we specialize in vintage comics, figurines, collectible cards, posters, DC, Marvel, Image, Top Cow, Dark Horse, and anything that really caters to comics.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, To the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
We are back here, bottom of the third. Sharyland up 2-0, hoping to extend the lead with this next at bat. As that first pitch towards Saul Soto is going to be hitting him in the leg as he gets a free walk to first base.
Now batting for your Sharyland Rattlers.
And up next
Diego
to bat
Diaz.
is going to be number 18, Diego Diaz. So now a runner on first and a reset count for Diaz. We'll see what he can do here, facing off against Garcia for the Tigers. Soto trying to steal first, and Diaz back in the bunting position with strike number 1 on the board. So now an 0-1 count early and a run on first for the Rattlers. A swing and a miss right there, trying to throw out to second, and he's going to be safe. That's Soto advancing to the second base off of strike number 2. So now an 0-2 count for Diego Diaz. Hoping not to be the first out in this inning. And that's going to be way out of the hit zone, so 1-2 count now. First ball for Diaz. Still the runner on second base. A swing and a miss. And that's going to be strike number 3, and he's out of here.
Sharyland Rattlers, Jose Garcia.
So as Diaz heads back to the dugout, Jose Garcia will be coming to the plate now. Jose Garcia, number 2, at the plate for his Rattlers. That first pitch is going to fall into the dirt. Ball number 1. And strike number 1 as Garcia was trying to go for that pitch right there. Wasn't able to get it. It's now a 1-1 count, and the umpire is going to call just a little break for Garcia to reset and see what he wants to do. Refocus just a bit, as he still has Saul Soto there on the second base. You can see him in the white uniform behind the pitcher. And he's going to hit that off straight to the third baseman. Another error. This time it's for the Valley View Tigers as Soto advances to second. Excuse me, Soto advances to third, and Garcia advances to first. So now number 11, Cole Gerlach, is at the plate for the Rattlers, working with 1 out and a runner on first and third. Soto at third and Garcia at first. And that first pitch to Gerlach is going to be strike number 1. So an 0-1 count here in the bottom of the third for Gerlach. As Garcia gives a little fake, pretending to throw out to the first baseman. Try and get that runner out. Unsuccessful, or he just didn't even pitch it. Refocusing his attention back here on Gerlach at the plate. And that's falling into the dirt as Garcia is going to steal second base with ease. So now the Rattlers have a runner on second and a runner on third. And it's still a 1-1 count here for Gerlach. And umpire's going to give that ball number 2. So a 2-1 count for Gerlach at the plate. And that's going to be strike number 2, so a 2-2 count. We'll see if Garcia could end it early here and get his second out of the inning for his Tigers and send Gerlach to the dugout. Gerlach's gonna hit that. It's gonna pop up straight to center field, and they're gonna let it fall right in between. So Soto's gonna advance to home plate, and that's gonna be his second run in. So Gerlach with his first, Gerlach with an RBI. So number 34, Cope Alcala, back at the plate, hit a home run in the last inning, was their only score for Sharyland. See if he's able to do that here. And Gerlach with an RBI now on the record for tonight's game. A swing and a miss right there for Alcala. We'll see what he can do in the coming pitches from Garcia. Alcala hitting that straight to the shortstop, not knowing who to get out, and that's going to be out number 2. But a runner's going to advance to the plate. So now that's going to be an RBI for Alcala. RBI for Alcala, 2 outs for the Rattlers, and a reset count for number 7, Jesus Alarcon. Alarcon. Jesus Alarcon. And the runner at second is going to advance to third. The only runner on bases right now, I believe that is Gerlach, who is at third base. So Alarcon has an opportunity to have an RBI under his name for tonight's game. We'll see what he can do working with 2 outs. And a 1-0 count, 1 ball, 0 strikes. Fitting perfectly into the pitcher's mitt. That's going to to the catcher's mitt. That's going to be a strike and a 1-1 count now for Alarcon. And the umpire's going to call off a little break for him to catch and reset what he wants to do. Think about this next swing. As Sharyland is now up 4-0. That's going to be way off of the mark for ball number 2. So a 2-1 count. A swing and a miss. That's going to be strike number 2. So a 2-2 count now for Alarcon. Next strike for Garcia. If he's able to get it off, that's going to be sending the Rattlers back to the dugout. And another opportunity for the Tigers to come back and keep themselves in this ball game, as we'll be heading to the top of the 4th. Falling to the dirt, ball number 3. So now a 3-2 count. Alarcon with an opportunity here to get a free walk and head to first base, as Diego Zuniga, number 21, is on deck for the Rattlers. We'll look to see what Garcia can make happen. That's going to fall into the dirt, and that will be exactly that, as Diego Zuniga now comes to the plate for the Rattlers.
Diego Zuniga.
So Diego Zuniga now batting for the Sharyland Rattlers, and a runner on first and a runner on third base and 2 outs. We'll see what Zuniga can get working here, as that first pitch is going to be a ball. So ball 1 for Zuniga. Off of the mark, ball number 2. 2-0 count early, and Zuniga has a slight advantage over Garcia. Just thinking about swinging. A good thing he kept his composure. Ball number 3, so a 3-0 count early. Zuniga trying and hoping for a strike here, and he's gonna get it. So strike number 1, now a 3-1 count. Back over the fence right behind us and over the press box. That's going to be a foul ball. So Zuniga's second strike. So now a 3-2 count for Zuniga at the plate. So there was once a 3-0 count. Now Garcia was able to make a slight comeback, and a 3-2 count is on the board for Zuniga. And he's going to hit that off straight to the right field, hoping to get at least 1 out. He's not going to get it, but Gerlach is going to score for Sharyland's 4th point of the night. And the count's going to reset, so Sharyland still has 2 outs. We are back here as we had to mute ourselves for the music. Try not to get copyrighted here on YouTube or on Facebook. At bat right now for the Rattlers is going to be number 3, Jose Acosta, as he has a runner on first and a runner on second. And a 1-0 count with 2 outs. Valley View still looking to get their 3rd out here on the Rattlers. And that one's going to fall into the dirt for ball number 2. 2-0 count early here for number 3, Jose Acosta. And the umpire is going to give that strike number 1. So 1-2 count. Acosta with a slight upper hand over as umpire trying to signal the right call. It's actually going to be a 2-2 count here for Acosta. That's what the umpire is telling us. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. We'll see if Garcia can get his 3rd out here. And that's going to fall into the dirt as they try to steal 3rd. And their umpire's going to call him safe. So the runner on second advances to 3rd. So now, and the runner from first advances to second. So second and 3rd. On second base and on 3rd base, there is a runner and a 3-2 count for Acosta. Let's see if Garcia can get him out of here and end the inning. Hoping not the Rattlers score any more points on the board as they're already up 5-0 over the Tigers here in the bottom of the 3rd. And he's going to get that off straight to the 3rd baseman, trying to throw out to first, and the umpire is going to call him out. So that's going to end the inning, and we'll be right back as Valley View takes the plate to bat next and hopeful to put some more points on the board and to get rid of that 0. We'll be right back. I'm Brandon Guzman with Rio Sports Live.
Downtown Harlingen, we have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen. Visit RGV Hometown Pharmacy and Natalie's Gifts and more. We are dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and patient care. See us today to experience the RGV Hometown Pharmacy difference. Let our family take care of yours. Call 956-496-2093.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring it.
We're back here, top of the 4th, Valley View at the plate. Batting right now is going to be Alonso de Leon, and that's going to be strike number 1 early. As we haven't heard much of Quique Cienfuegos, and strike number 2, as he hasn't been at the mound just as much as Garcia from Valley View, and that shows on the scoreboard. A swing and a miss and a third strike, and 1 out for Valley View. Up next to bat for the Tigers is going to be number 55, Aaron Garcia. And I was just saying, it reflects on the scoreboard, not just a score, but it shows the amount of pitches. This next pitch for Cienfuegos is going to be his 32nd pitch. As for Garcia, the last pitch he threw was his 72nd. So 40 pitches difference on the scoreboard. As we're going to have a 1-1 count now for Garcia. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. No runners on a base. And that's going to be ball number 2. On deck for the Tigers is going to be number 5, Eduardo Guerrero. A foul ball and a strike number 2. So now a 2-2 count here for Aaron Garcia. And he's going to hit that off straight to right field. And it's not going to stay between the lines. And the right fielder wasn't able to get there in time to get the out. So Garcia is going to head back to the plate with a 2-2 count still on the board. Hitting that straight to the second baseman, sliding in an error right there, as that's going to send Garcia to first base. Now up next and heading to the plate is number 5, Eduardo Guerrero. And on deck for the Tigers is going to be number 20, Adrian Garcia. As Guerrero goes and talks to his coach, quick little last second advice. He'll be heading to the plate with a runner on first and a clean count and 1 out as well. Strike number 1 as Cienfuegos tries to throw out the runner at first. Unsuccessful. And back at it, umpire's going to signal him safe. A swing and a miss right there. Call that strike number 2. So Cienfuegos with the upper hand here, hoping to get another nice pitch off to his catcher. And we'll see how Guerrero responds. Guerrero's first ball. So a 1-2 count now as he heads back to the plate. Still 1 out, as Cienfuegos has been focusing half of his attention there at the runner on first. And there he goes again. And the umpire is going to call it safe. A swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike number 3 as Guerrero heads back to the dugout. Adrian Garcia is going to head to the plate to bat next.
Garcia.
So runner still on first, and Garcia at the plate now to bat. Still a clean count as Cienfuegos has been focusing there on first base. And a swing and a miss. That's going to be strike number 1. So now an 0-1 count for Garcia. Safe once again, as they were hoping that was going to be the 3rd out. As you saw a couple of the Sharyland runners already going to the dugout. That was not the case, not what the umpires saw. So we're going to have Cienfuegos back focusing on Garcia. A swing and a miss, and strike number 2. That's going to be ball number 1, as that was just outside of the hitting box for Adrian Garcia at the plate. So 1-2 count and 2 outs. We'll see if Cienfuegos can seal the deal here. Just overthrow the first baseman a bit. As he heads back to the mound in disappointment, not able to get that runner out. Still a 1-2 count. Cienfuegos focusing a lot of his attention there at the first baseman, and that's not going to matter anymore after that. After his 45th pitch, he's going to have another out, and that's going to take us to the bottom of the 4th. Excuse me. Yes, the bottom or the top of the 4th. One of the two. We'll be right back with Real Sports Live. I'm Brandon Guzman.
Fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer. Our offices of economic development offer a variety of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibadas, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
And we are back here now. Hitting for the Sharyland Rattlers is number 12, Quique Cienfuegos. And that first pitch for Cienfuegos is going to fall into the dirt. And he's going to start with a 1-0 count. Already up 5-0. We'll see if the Sharyland Rattlers can add more onto the scoreboard here at the bottom of the fourth. And strike number 1 comes right after the ball. So a 1-1 count for Cienfuegos. Strike number 2 as the umpire gives us a little gun signal. Now a 1-2 count. Cienfuegos still at the plate. And a swing and a miss, and that's going to do it as Cienfuegos heads back to the dugout. Number 5, Saul Soto, heads to the plate already with 2 runs and 2 points under his name. So Soto with 2 runs under his name. Trying to look to add more on the board. That's going to be a foul ball straight up into the stands. And strike number 1. As you see the Tigers rushing towards it, hoping to make it an out. So an 0-1 count early. And 1 out for the Rattlers. A swing and a miss is going to be strike number 2. So Soto hoping this is not going to be the last of it. And he's going to hit that off, foul ball number 2. Still stuck in an 0-2 count. Up next to bat for the Rattlers on deck would be Diego Diaz. But before anything happens, Soto still at the plate, and the catcher for the Tigers is going to go exchange a few words with Garcia, trying to mix up a little signals. That's going to fall and be ball number one, excuse me. So 1-2 count now. Soto focusing really hard, hoping he doesn't swing and miss or a strikeout. And he's going to hit that straight towards center field. And the shortstop's going to get that, and that's going to be out number 2.
Now batting for the Rattlers, Diego Diaz.
So now Diego Diaz heading to the plate for Sharyland. Number 18, Diego Diaz now at the plate for his Rattlers. Clean count, 2 outs. And he's going to hit that straight to the shortstop. And that's going to be out number 3. And we're going to be heading to the top of the 5th. Right after this commercial break here with Real Sports Live, I'm Brandon Guzman.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
Here at Arkham Comics, we specialize in vintage comics, figurines, collectible cards, posters, DC, Marvel, Image, Top Cow, Dark Horse, and anything that really caters to comics.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
This game is brought to you in.
Now back here, top of the 5th. In this ball game, Sharyland still leading 5-0.
For the Tigers.
Not able to get any points there at their last at bat. As now the Rattlers take charge of the plate. And batting for, the Tigers take charge of the plate. And batting for the Tigers is going to be Eduardo Guerrero. As Cienfuegos is going to throw another strike. That's actually going to be a ball, so a 2-0 count early for Cienfuegos and Guerrero. And he's going to hit that straight to the shortstop, hoping to get it to the first baseman just in time. And he does, and that's going to be out number 1 for Sharyland. Or for Valley View. Now headed to the plate is going to be number 20, Adrian Garcia for the Tigers, as he's working with 1 out and no runners on any base. That's actually number 10, Julian Cantu. They're batting for the Tigers. As Cantu gets first pitch, is going to be a ball. And ball number 2 now on the board. Cienfuegos hoping to get a strike off and refocus here. And again in the dirt. So a 3-0 count early for Cantu. And that's going to be strike number 1. Cienfuegos with his first strikeout. Not strikeout, his first strike here for Cantu's at bat. He's coming again. That's going to be foul ball number 1, and strike number 2. So Cienfuegos able to make a little comeback now, a 3-2 count. Anybody can take it here on this next pitch. And that's going to be right into the catcher's mitt without a problem and with ease. And that's going to be out number 2. And now heading to the plate is number 17, Sebastian De Hoyos for the Valley View Tigers. De Hoyos working with 2 outs here and a clean count, as the first pitch from Cienfuegos is going to be a ball. Hitting that straight to the second baseman, an error, and not able to get it off in time. De Hoyos is going to be safe at the plate at first base, and now headed to home plate to bat is going to be number 6, Danny Gomez for the Valley View Tigers. Able to get a runner on first and a reset count. Still 2 outs here for the Tigers. We'll see what Gomez can get cooking. That first pitch is going to be a ball, so ball 1 for Gomez, a 1-0 count. Trying to get the runner at first out, no unsuccessful for Cienfuegos. Is that something we've seen him do here whenever he has 2 outs on the board and a runner at first? He mainly focuses at the runner on the base, trying to get out. And that's going to be strike number 1. So a 1-1 count now for Gomez. Just a bit off of the mark. It's going to be ball number 2. So Gomez still at the plate with the 2-1 count. And a runner on first and 2 outs. On deck for the Tigers, if Gomez is able to survive this, these next couple pitches from Cienfuegos is going to be Gael Garcia, number 18. A swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike number 2. As the catcher for Sharyland's a bit confused right there, thinking that was strike number 3, but we'll see what they're discussing, the umpires. And it was indeed strike number 3. So that's going to be out number 3. I guess we were off. So is the umpire behind the plate. And we're going to be heading to the bottom of the 5th. And Sharyland's going to have another chance to bat once again, hoping to end this game just a bit early. We'll be right back. I'm Brandon Guzman with Real Sports Live.
Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the concession stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen. Visit RGV Hometown Pharmacy and Natalie's Gifts and more. We are dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and patient care. See us today to experience the RGV Hometown Pharmacy difference. Let our family take care of yours. Call 956-496-2093.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Hi, I'm Rebecca Castillo. I invite you to visit San Benito and see for yourself the many things this community has to offer.
We're back here, bottom of the fifth. Sharyland up 5-0. A new pitcher in the game for Valley View is going to be number 12, Julian Hinojosa. And pitching right now for the Rattlers is going to be number 2, Jose Garcia. As that first pitch is going to be a ball. So a 1-0 count early. And that's going to be strike number 1 on that second pitch. So a 1-1 count now for Garcia, as they just started the bottom of the fifth. Way off of the mark. Even the catcher had to stand up for that. Ball number 2. So a 2-0 count. And that's going to hit the bat, and I believe that counts.
Now batting for the Rattlers, Cole Gerlach.
And that counts, and that's going to be out number 1 for Sharyland. So up next to bat for the Rattlers is going to be number 11, Cole Gerlach. And that's going to hit Gerlach right on the numbers on his back. And that's going to be a walk to first, strolling his way
Now batting for the Rattlers, Golpe
to first base.
Alcala.
And now next is going to be number 34, Golpe Alcala, batting for the Rattlers. So Alcala now at the plate, and a runner on first and 1 out. As a new pitcher, Julian Hinojosa focuses his attention on that play right there towards the first baseman. We'll see if Hinojosa can change the tide here for this ball game. As he's now pitching, that's going to be strike number 1. So an 0-1 count early for Alcala. As we do have the Sharyland soccer boys right across the street playing their game. You can tune in. I'm sure we have that covered with you with Real Sports Live. And Gerlach, confusion. Where does he want to go? And the umpire is going to signal him out, give him a little punch. And that's going to be out number 2 for the Rattlers. As Alcala still at the plate with a 0-0 count, no count, clear count, and no runners on any base. And he's gonna swing at that one and lose his bat. As he almost hit his own coach that's there at third base with his baseball bat. It's gonna be ball number 1 and strike number, so 1-1 count for Alcala. That's going to be strike number 2. So 1-2 count. 2-2 count, excuse me. Scoreboard is just confusing me, switching it up. So 2-2 count here for Alcala at the plate. And that's going to be ball number 3. So 3-2 on the board. We'll look to see who gets the better half of the pie here. Alcala or Hinojosa. And it's going to be Hinojosa with a swing and a miss. And that's going to be out. Strike number 3 and out number 3. And we're going to be heading to the top of the 6th now. Right after this commercial break, Brandon Guzman here with Real Sports Live. We'll be right back. Stay tuned with us.
Of business resources to developers, investors, and business owners from small to large scale. Contact us and let us work together on your next business opportunity.
Since COVID-19 hit, we saw that there was quite a decrease in our sales. We had heard from another business that EDC was helping people with grants, and so we decided to give it a shot, and we were accepted. I would encourage you to contact the EDC and see if you qualify for one of these grants.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Sharyland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sharyland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales?
Back here, top of the 6th now. Sharyland Rattlers still up 5-0 over the Valley View Tigers. And Gael Garcia for the Tigers is at the plate. As that first pitch and the second pitch is going to be a strike. So an 0-2 count down early is Garcia against Cienfuegos. That's going to be ball number 1. So now a 1-2 count. In the dirt, ball number 2. A swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike number 3. And Garcia is going to head to the dugout as the lineup resets for the Tigers. Alonso de Leon is going to be heading to the plate now. As Garcia is going to try and fix something with his gloves. Set up once again. He's going to be hitting that off straight to left field, and it is going to be fielded, but he will advance, and the Tigers now have a runner on first. And up next to bat for the Tigers is going to be Aaron Garcia, number 55. That's going to be strike number 1. That's going to be ball 1. Catcher's going to not be able to field that ball the way he wanted to. So the runner on first is going to advance to second. And De Leon is still at the plate for the Tigers with a 1-1 count on the scoreboard. Trying to get the bunt off, not able to. Cienfuegos hoping for strike number 3 on this next pitch. And that's going to fall in the dirt. He's not going to get it. So 2-2 count for De Leon. Still at the Aaron Garcia. 2-2 count still at the plate. As he's going to hit that straight, splitting center field and right field. And that's going to bring one in for the Valley View Tigers. And a runner's going to stay on second, excuse me. So the Tigers finally get on the scoreboard here at the top of the 6th. And the count resets, still 1 out. But Eduardo Guerrero now heading to the plate for Valley View. So that's going to be an RBI and a double for Aaron Garcia. We'll see what Eduardo Guerrero can do here, facing off against Cienfuegos. Cienfuegos, excuse me. No count for Guerrero. A swing and a miss, strike number 1. Now 1 ones across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and a runner on second. It's going to be a foul ball, so strike number 2. So now a 1-2 count. And Cienfuegos has the upper hand against Guerrero with this next pitch. And that's going to be considered a foul ball, not a strike, surprisingly, but he was able to get a little chip on the baseball, chip it just enough for the umpire to signal a foul ball. So Cienfuegos back at the mound and Guerrero back at the plate with a 1-2 count still and a runner on second. That's going to be low in the dirt. Call that ball number 2, a 2-2 count on the board for Eduardo Guerrero. A swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike number 3 for Guerrero, and he's going to be walking back to the dugout. So up next at bat is going to be Adrian Garcia for the Tigers with a clean count, but 2 outs to work with, and still a runner on second base. Falling into the dirt, that's going to be ball number 1. Cienfuegos lost his footing just a bit. Kicking up a little bit of dirt, trying to get his spot back on the mound. And ball number 2. A swing and a miss, and the first strike goes on the board for Adrian Garcia. So now a 2-1 count. Cienfuegos got himself back into this little face-off. Garcia is going to take it just a little breather, wanting to reset. That's going to be strike number 2, so now a 2-2 count on the board. Cienfuegos getting the 3rd strike and the 3rd out here as we head to the bottom of the 6th, and now Sharyland has another opportunity to get some more points on the board, I believe. I'll be right back. I'm Brandon Guzman with the Real Sports Live.
and they can make it. The best in town is a piece of cake by Ibarra's in Harlingen.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles, how about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Here at Arkham Comics, we specialize in vintage comics, figurines, collectible cards, posters, DC, Marvel, Image, Top Cow, Dark Horse, and anything that really caters to comics.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
We are back here, bottom of the sixth. Jesus Alarcon up to bat now for the Rattlers. That's going to be a foul ball hitting the bat once again. So strike number one. As we saw that happen earlier to one of his other teammates. I believe it was Colin Gerlach. Stayed in the field of play and he was out like that. So way out of the range of Alarcon. Ball number one. So 1-1 count. That's what he's going to be working with. And still pitching for the Tigers is going to be Julian Hinojosa, number 12. And that's going to be ball number two. So foul ball number two and strike number two as Alarcon is down early against Hinojosa. 2-2 count here. Still 0 outs, so we're just starting the bottom of the sixth. And he's going to hit that straight to right field, and it's going to be caught right in the glove of the right fieldman for Valley View. So up next to bat is going to be number 21, Diego Zuniga. So one out for the Rattlers, and Diego Zuniga now at bat. As he gets his chance at Hinojosa once again, he's going to hit that straight to the foul ball, and that's going to be strike number one. So an 0-1 count early as Hinojosa is given the opportunity for these batters to swing. They're just not going the way they want it to. that's going to be ball number 1. So 1-1 count now for Zuniga. And way over the head of the catcher, not even able to jump for that one. Ball number 2 now. Zuniga in a 2-1 count and 1 out and no runners. Base is empty. He's going to hit that one off. It's going to be foul ball number 2 and strike number 2. So now a 2-2 count for Zuniga. We'll see if Hinojosa can seal the deal here. And he will not. That's going to fall way out of the range of Zuniga's bat. That's going to be ball number 3. So now a 3-2 count. Anybody's way now, Zuniga or Hinojosa. And he's going to hit that straight to left field. And it's going to be hitting the fence, almost making it over. And Zuniga's going to round with a 2-run hitter. And that's going to send him to second base. So now up next for the Rattlers is going to be Jose Acosta and a runner on second. Still 1 out for the Rattlers. First pitch is going to fall short, and that's going to advance Zuniga. As they actually put in a courtesy runner for Zuniga. That's Horacio Garza at third base. So a runner on first and a runner on third. And now Quique Cienfuegos back at the plate to bat for the Rattlers. Still 1 out. Falling in the dirt as the runner's going to advance, try and get to home plate, and another score right there. And the runner's going to be out, so that's going to be the second out for Sharyland, but they're going to score another, so 6-1 now. And a runner and no runners on the base, so empty bases. So 2 outs, and Cienfuegos is still at bat with a 1-0 count. And he's going to hit that straight into the sky towards center field. And he's going to get that. That's going to be the 3rd out for the bottom of the 6th. And now we're heading to the top of the 7th. Valley View with our last opportunity to score 5 runs if they're able to do it. Will send us to extra innings, but Sharyland does have another opportunity right after that if they send us to the bottom of the 7th. We'll be right back. Brandon Guzman here with Real Sports Live.
Wondering how much longer you can last? Don't worry.
Visit RGV Hometown. Pharmacy, and Natalie's Gifts and more. We are dedicated to providing outstanding customer service and patient care. See us today to experience the RGV Hometown Pharmacy difference. Let our family take care of yours. Call 956-496-2093.
The Harlingen CISD elementary experience looks something like this. Let's see that again. To learn more about the HCISD elementary experience, visit hcisd.org.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
America has one army, but we have many soldiers. From the infantrymen and women who guard our nation, to the photographers that document our history, there are over 150 paths to service. Which path will you take?
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item.
So we're back here with Real Sports Live in Sharyland, Texas, with the last inning of the night. Top of the 7th. And batting for the Valley View Tigers is number 9, Brandon Hinojosa. And that first pitch is going to be a strike. So strike number 1 early. That's going to be ball 1, so 1-1 count for Hinojosa. Here at the top of the 7th. And that's going to be ball number 2. So 3 outs is going to seal the deal for the ball game. And that's going to be behind the stands. So strike number 2. Now a 2-2 count here for Hinojosa. A swing and a miss. That's going to be a foul ball as that gets stuck in the fence. And one of those little diamonds. Or a sideways square. So ball number 3 now, and now a 3-2 count. For Hinojosa, still at the plate. We'll see if Cienfuegos can seal the deal on this next pitch. And that's going to be up in the air. And landing right behind us. It's going to be another foul ball, so a 3-2 count. Still on the board. And that's going to be walking Hinojosa at first base on the 4th ball. So runner on first for the Tigers. And up next to bat is going to be Julian Cantu, number 10. So no outs, a clean count, and a runner on first for Cantu. And he's going to hit that straight up in the air. The wind's going to take it just to left field. And that's going to be out number 1 for the Tigers, sending Cantu back to the dugout. Sebastian De Hoyos is going to be headed to the plate now. And on deck for the Tigers is going to be number 6, Danny Gomez. Cienfuegos back over here focusing his attention to the runner at first. Strike number 1. An 0-1 count. It has been a windy night thus far with 15-mile-an-hour winds and also a fresh night courtesy of the wind. Still 70 degrees out here in Mission, Texas. And the Oils is going to hit that one off to left field and fielded out number 2. And one more out. We'll see if Danny Gomez is not the one. But still a runner at first, and Danny Gomez back at the plate. And 2 outs for the Valley View Tigers. Next out will be the ball game.
Now batting for the Tigers, Danny Gomez.
Trying to get the runner at first out, unsuccessful. Cienfuegos at the mound. And he's gonna hit that one straight to right field, and he's gonna miss it, rounding 1. So a double right there. For Danny Gomez, as he has a runner on second and a runner on third. And Gael Garcia at the plate batting for Valley View. Still 2 outs. Next one is gonna seal the deal. We'll see when that next one comes as he gets a foul ball. So strike number 1, 0-1 count early for Garcia. Now hoping to get the runner at third out, unsuccessful. And that's going to be strike number 1. Excuse me, strike number 2, 0-2 count. Gael Garcia. Cienfuegos is gonna not close it out there, as that was a ball just a bit low out of the range. We'll see if this is the pitch right here for Quique Cienfuegos. As we're at the top of the 7th, a runner on second and a runner on third. And a swing and a miss, and that's gonna do it. And that's gonna be the ball game here in Sharyland, as the Rattlers come victorious over the Valley View Tigers. So thank you everybody for tuning in to Real Sports Live. I'm Brandon Guzman, as the Sharyland Rattlers became victorious 6-1 over the Valley